hiking Wheeler Peak and Mount Walter, Part 1. On Saturday morning, September 2nd, 2006, my son Garret and I drove south of Red River to the Wheeler Peak parking area. The elevation was 9,630 feet. My 26-year-old son Garret and I put on our backpacks. I had about 50 pounds. After this trip, I began to research backpacking in an ultralight luxury way, and over time was able to shed 20 pounds, yet still enjoying all the same benefits of a heavier pack. Garret brought along his part basset hound, Sam. We hiked south into the Wheeler Peak Wilderness along the east fork of the Red River, hiked northwest up the mountain to Lost Lake, and set up camp. It rained and hailed the last mile, and the clouds touched the mountain in a beautiful way. We reluctantly put on rain ponchos and were a little cold and wet when we arrived. We had to wrap Sam up to keep him warm. It was a 7-mile hike to Lost Lake, and we camped at a high elevation of 11,500 feet. I used my wet forest campfire starting technique, and we had a campfire going in no time. I brought along 2 wonderful ribeye steaks, and we cooked over the coals. We had bagels and rice-a-roni. Bagels are a great bed to bring along because it doesn't get crushed. We went to the stream with our water pump and filled our containers for the next day. We put up the bear bag and enjoyed sitting around the crackling campfire until we went to bed. The next morning, September 3rd, we put on day packs and hiked a 6 1/3 mile loop until we came back to our base camp. We hiked past Horseshoe Lake, then above the timberline to the highest peak in New Mexico, Wheeler Peak, elevation 13,161. Incredible views. We went along a fairly established trail. We then headed north to the second highest peak, Mount Walter, elevation 13,133 feet. We decided not to go back by way of the trail and continued north until we could see Lost Lake from the ridge, then descended a steep slope to the lake and our base camp. Garret's work over the years had injured his knees to a degree, and he had an especially difficult time going down the steep mountain. I took Sam down the mountain so he would not give Garret a hard yank. Garret fished when we got back using some flies that he made, but alas, we did not have fish for dinner. We did enjoy the dinner that we brought and had a campfire that evening and a good night's sleep. The next morning, September 4th, it was clear and beautiful. We saw some bighorn sheep nearby. We had coffee and breakfast, put on our backpacks, and hiked down the beautiful forested trail. Along the way, we saw a marmot. We passed along a historic Elizabeth ditch from 1868 when they were gold mining in the area. We continued the nearly 7 miles to Garret's truck. The return trip, as always, is so much easier, downhill with less weight. We tried a little panning for gold when we returned. Garret is the panning expert. Overall, we hiked 21 miles in this beautiful country, with a total up-down elevation gain of 3,655 feet. It was fun to get New Mexico's highest peak. This was the peakbagging trip that I first purposed in my mind to hike all the highest peaks in New Mexico, starting with the 13,000 and 12,000 foot peaks, expanding into 82 of them.
And right here is whiny baby Sam. Whine for us. Sam is so needy. Are you feeling bad, Sam boy? Oh, poor whiny baby. Here's our tent over here, Garret.
Hello.
Take a view here. Take a picture of me, Garret. It's on a video right now. All right, I'm standing over by Whiny Baby now. Check the signature card.
There's little Whiny Baby.
Oh, Whiny Baby needs such loving. He's such a needy dog we have.
He is very needy. A big old crybaby.
Big crybaby. He's a crybaby.
Yellow.
We're packing up to go.